Say what you mean and mean what you say. You know, I've always gone by those words. Why? Because when I mean something, I'll say something about it. And if I say something about it, I really mean it. You know, and I don't know those. I've always been true to those words. You know, when I have an issue with somebody, I bring it up. You know, whether it's good or bad or whatever, I always bring it up because that's the type of person I am. Whether it's family, friends, anything, I'm pretty honest with what I think, and I think a lot more people should be that way. You know, sometimes you know we do walk on eggshells on people, not to offend them, but I feel like if you're really their friend or you're really like close family, you should be able to tell them, hey, I think you're messing up, and this is the issue. You know, uh, also that applies to online. You know, you might have certain views, but you don't want people online to see, you know, what you really think. You know, I feel like it's in society nowadays we're all walking on eggshells, not be not to offend other people. You know, and right now I really think that that shouldn't be the issue. Like I said in the beginning of the video, say what you mean what you say. If you really think something and you mean it, say it. If you say it, most people should know that you mean it. I'm not saying whatever you say man, always is always gonna be right, because no, we're all human. You know, we all make mistakes. But I think we should all be more honest with each other on how we feel about certain stuff. You know, hey, you know, whatever you said this day offended me, or hey, you posted this and it offended me, or you know, you made certain actions that offended me. You know, because communication is key in every social scenario, whether that's family, work, friends. You know, we should always be honest with each other. You know, when people usually call me and they want my honest opinion, I'll give my honest opinion. Or if I see something happening around me and I feel really strongly about it, I'll say something, you know? Because if you don't say something and it triggers you, and you don't say something, next time it's gonna trigger you a little bit more until you explode. So it's better to air everything out, you know, so it doesn't go to that point. That's how I feel. You know, and people shouldn't be getting triggered by your opinion as well. If it's not hurting somebody, if you're not being like racist, if you're not being whatever, it shouldn't affect other people because everything's so differently, you know? And you shouldn't be embarrassed of expressing your opinion, you know, because the way I think and the way you think is completely different. You know, it's always going to be like that. We're human. But there should be a mutual agreement where we could come and air things out together, you know, and come to a mutual understanding. Hey, when you do this, it offends me. Can you please do it less, or can you please talk about it less? And that's fine because it's mutual respect, you know, with faiths, with way our lives, everything, you know. You know, I have my own opinions about certain things, and when it comes to me fighting for those opinions, and I think that's why I started this podcast, because I feel like I could air out a lot of things, you know, and it's therapeutical for me, you know. But I feel like more people should be like that. Shouldn't be so shy about stuff, you know. Hey, if you like other guys, rock with it, bro. I personally don't agree with it, you know, but that's my opinion. For example, you know, it. But you shouldn't be judging others for whatever they do either, you know. Um, like I said, but you shouldn't be. You should always be true to yourself, you know, because nobody's gonna have the same opinion as you. No one's gonna have the same, you know, way of thinking, the same style of life. But if you're not hurting nobody and you're not interfering with nobody's stuff, rock on, you know. But it doesn't mean that you gotta put your opinions on other people's as well, you know. If you know, your way of life shouldn't be affecting everybody else, you know, and there shouldn't be some mutual understanding with it. You know, let's say you're a single mom, right? And you're dating around and you take care of your business, rock on. You know, you shouldn't care what other people say. You know? Or let's say you're very religious, you know, whether you're Muslim, Christian, or whatever, and that's on you, that's fine. You know, you could spread your gospel and everything to other people, but if they don't take it, they don't need to take it. You shouldn't be offended about it. You know, and those are just scenarios. You know, but always, like I said, say what you mean what you say. In this life, nobody's always gonna think the same way about what you think. But if you have a very strong opinion about something or something offends you, you should speak about it before it becomes, a snowball effect and gets bigger, 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 bigger until you explode. And I think we should be more honest with each other with our opinions. And if you don't like somebody, you can't follow them. There should be no issue. You know, I think we're in a society nowadays where if somebody unfollows you, it's beef. It's not beef. Sometimes you don't want to see people's, comments. Let's say you don't like this podcast, unfollow me. I'm not gonna feel no way about it because I know the way I think is not for everybody. I know the way you act probably not for me either. But we should be always honest with each other. And I think that's what's lacking in society nowadays, that we're not honest with each other. We sugarcoat a lot of stuff, or we see your family, your friends, or co-workers doing certain things, and you keep yourself quiet not to cause drama. But there's certain ways you could go about it. Let's say your co-worker is living a mess in the kitchen, and you see it once, and you're like, man, forget this dude, and you go talk smack behind his back. Now there's a snowball effect there, because the person you told is gonna tell somebody else, and then you know that it's gonna become bigger, 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 and people may interpret things that you never even said. If I tell, oh, this guy left his dishes in the sink again, I really don't like that. The next person gonna say, oh, did you hear that? This person is complaining about the dishes in the sink, and he says he hates him, and like a snowball effect, like I said. But if you were to have gone directly to the person, hey, I really don't like how you live a mess. It's a shared kitchen. We should all be, respectful of each other. I think that would have been more straight shot instead of you telling your coworker and your coworker, telling other people. And it's the phone theory, where you say something and it ends up being a whole other thing at the end of the line. I feel like we should be more honest with each other, in every type of scenario, but respectful and understanding, not get aggressive. Because also the way you come out to people, like if you go to the person, like I said, who left it there, hey, I told you not to, you're going to get the same reaction back, There's certain ways to communicate with other people. Everything's, communication. The same way energy you bring, the same energy people are going to, talk to you back. So there's certain ways to come about things, but the show is the communication. Like I said, nobody's always going to be the same opinion as you. And nobody's always going to be agreeing with everything. But you should always express your opinion if you feel really strongly about it, to avoid other conflicts that may come out of that, And I don't know, I just thought things I've seen on TikTok, I've seen that, people sugarcoating it, especially in live streams. They're like, oh, did you see that? Bro, if you just go to the person and tell them, hey, bro, I think you're a douche. You shouldn't be doing that, or whatever, Hey, that really offended me, But the other person should be understanding, Hey, if I offended you, I'm not gonna do it in front of you or whatever, my bad. But I feel like everybody wants to be macho alpha, and sometimes their egos get in the way. But that's for another video, talking about egos, because I have a big ego too. I gotta lie. But but I try to be humble. I'm not perfect, and oh, shout out to the people who put me on the playlist. Bro, I saw you rewatch all my videos. I don't know who it is, but shout out to y'all. There's multiple people, because it was like, it was like 9 videos that I replayed in the playlist, because YouTube lets me know when my videos are on playlist. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody watching me. I know I'm not consistent enough, but I'm going to try to be. And yeah, that's what I want to talk about today. Say what you mean with what you say. Don't be shy to express your opinions. Don't be shy to live the way you want to live. Don't be shy. Don't be scared of nothing. If they're not paying your bills, if they're not taking care of your kids, if they're not feeding you, if they're not homing you, you shouldn't care what other people say, because you're doing your own thing, and keep rocking with that, And like I said, say what you mean with what you say. If you have a strong opinion about something, say it. Communicate with the person. Hey, I really don't like this. you know, or hey, can you change this? You know, it's not right. But you also gotta know that you're not always gonna be right, and the other person may be like, you know what, I understand that, but this and that. Communication is key in life, with everything, with your spouse, with your friends, with your co-workers, and come out a certain way. Because if you come too aggressive, people are gonna react the same way. You know, who wants to come? You know, I would do too. If you come to me, hey, you know, clean your station or that, I would like, what, bro? Don't talk to me like that, and then that creates more drama. You know. But if somebody comes up to you and tells you, hey, you know, hey, I saw you left your dishes. Can you please clean the next time? Because you know, sir, you know, we share, it's a shared kitchen where everybody, you know, people are more understanding that way, and most likely they're gonna change their ways, you know, because maybe maybe they were rushed when they left the mess or whatever. It's an example, right? But always stick to your guns. Always mean what you say, and always say what you mean. And I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching again, and shout out to the people who got me on the playlist. You know, and I'll catch. And like I said, have a good one. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.